Hello everyone, CM2 here. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, except I am off by a day because it's the 26th already. So just as a quick note, if there are any new VOD watchers, which I always appreciate the VOD watchers, there might be some new ones of you because the tips, tricks, and advice for new Guild Wars 1 players video that I did has done very well, at least for me. And so there might be some new ones of you. What I'm doing with this particular playthrough, I've been calling it the... what am I been calling it? The quest for UAS, unlocked all skills. And what I'm talking about is something that I was kind of discussing previously. Hi, Gunners, hold. Why do I have... Okay, we're not worrying about that. Which I think will be easiest to demonstrate with the Great Temple of Balthazar, actually. Hey, Salty Grease. The missile knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. So, for those who watched that video, you might remember me talking to this guy. And my goal basically is to have everything, when I scroll through these, unlocked. And as you can see, that is not the case. So, it's been a slow, long process. And there's a number of things that I need to make that happen. And one of those is to acquire money on my account so I can buy skills. It's just simply one of the things that I need to do. So I've been... I forgot that I could look at this to see skills that I don't have yet, by the way. Normal skills are 1,000 faction and elite skills are 3,000 faction. Cool. I don't plan on getting... Like, this would be a valid way for me to unlock skills for my account if I was going to be doing PvP, but I don't really have plans to. But anyway, I'm planning on doing a short stream today. But yeah, so unlocking all skills, that's what it's about, is getting all skills unlocked. Pretty straightforward conceptually. But what I want to do... What is the Zeishan mission today? The Zeishan mission is you're only allowed 3 missions. I can, however, turn in whatever that one was. So I will. Pick up... Sure, I'll pick up Rylon Refuge. Sure, why not? What was our bounty? Only 3 bounties. Okay. Whoops. That is me accidentally grabbing OBS instead of my screen and dragging things around. Hopefully that did not disrupt the stream too much. If it did, whoops, that was disorienting. Sometimes you push the right mouse button down to look on your character and discover that your mouse was in fact in OBS. Yeah, I know what Rylon Refuge is. I just don't know which one I turned in. Anyway, what my plan for today is, now that I've explained what that was, is one of the things, like I said, that I need is cash, and one way of doing it is through quests, and holiday quests sometimes reward well. This not so much, so who cares about old Nicholas? But I was reminded that there's a bunch of quests over here in the Eye of the North. I forgot that they decorated this place for the holidays, but they do. So I'm going to get a screenshot for the VOD thumbnail. Is it Casey Carpenter I talked to? I mean, everybody's gathered around him, so I assume so.
What news?
Yeah, see, this will give me some stuff, some useful things. It's worth doing. So I'm going to do Eye of the North Winter's Day quests. Probably won't do a whole lot else besides that, but that's what I'm going to do. Season's Greetings. My character, Sophelia Ash. This is Axe, Sword, Hammer, by the way. Is where I got her name from. Yeah, I've been stuck with guard duty. It's not all snowmen and snowball fights. Sometimes you have to work on Winter's Day. Still, we soldiers know how to keep the spirit alive, even in frozen outposts far from home. Improvise, adapt, and decorate, as the motto goes. I'll admit I could use a few extra hands. Scouts have reported some Norn. Perhaps those Norn would be willing to share in both our defensive duties and our celebration. Yep. So I'm going to go talk to the Norn. Three wise Norn. Three wise men. Quite likely... This is something that was discussed the other day. It's quite likely the wise men were scholars from what had been Babylon, who were familiar with the prophet Daniel. Kind of interesting, but The irony of being named after the 3 warrior marshals and then being set up with a scythe. That's true. That is true. Okay. So this is... I don't think I care that much about what my build is, actually. But I do want to slap some heroes into my party. Dankoro, Elias, Gwen, Vec. Who do I want last one? How about Acolyte Jin, because why not? Okay. Yeah, this is all acceptable. Except for Zandra, who needs a bar. What am I doing with Zandra? Probably channeling, not restoration, right? And by channeling, I mean communing. I'm gonna go monk secondary because I'll put a few points in resto. I lost resto for a second there. I want flesh in my flesh. You can keep that one. That one's good. Splinter weapon is good. I'm just gonna go for a few random spirits and also this because it's no attribute. Shadow Song is good. And let's go Ancestor's Rage. There. I don't know. Is this a good bar? No. Is it a bar that exists? Absolutely, it is. Okay, let's go check out some Ebon Vanguard troops around the Eye of the North. Reading the quest explains the quest. Speak with Ebon Vanguard troops in the Eye of the North about Winter's Day gifts for the Norn. I thought I saw...
Report in.
My mother used to be so picky with her Winter's Day tree. Everything, bristle and every ornament had to be in place, and don't get me started on the whole pageantry that went into the tree selection process.
I'm afraid I'm busy.
Never thought I would survive to enjoy another Winter's Day, and this far north as well. This is my first Winter's Day, and as long as I can remember. So excited. They canceled them for a while, apparently. I tried to create a celebration last year, but no one liked my festive Winter's Day rock. Oh, Winter's Day tree. Oh, Winter's Day tree. I'm glad that you are char-free. Sure. Wait, hang on. Speak with whom? Artificial Molyneux?
How can I help?
No, certainly not him. Maybe they're outside? I don't remember how this quest works. I have not done it in a while. What do you want, Betsa?
Why are you here?
Jotun pelts, I think? Yes, Jotun pelts. Go me, recognizing a collector icon. Okay, I'm going to confess to being somewhat confused about what the current objective that I have is, but it's okay. I will step outside, and it will tell me where to go, which is inside. Okay. That's allowed. It can tell me to go inside. Who am I supposed to talk to?
Are you still here?
You know, I was expecting this to give me a little bit more of a quest marker. I do have it selected, yeah. Okay, I am... Hello, Kimmy's the historian. This account's not connected to a Guild Wars 2 account, so this does not matter, except for matters of vanity within the... Anyway, enough rambling. I mean, I talked to these guys over here. Maybe Alan Brand. Okay, sure. The togetherness of this holiday is such a wonderful thing. It warms my heart to see people set their troubles aside and come together to enjoy a celebration. Okay, what can you share? I have a fond memories of roasting chestnuts with my family while blizzards raged outside. I'm not sure if I've ever had roasted chestnuts. I've had chocolate-covered hazelnuts. Those are good. It's not the same thing at all. Well, we have constant blizzards here, so I asked a merchant about getting a supply of chestnuts. The cook suggested some northern seasonings that really bring out the flavor. Okay. Orwin Radcliffe is eggnog. Spiked eggnog, of course. What today means eggnog. If no one can handle Vanguard eggnog. The mug with his name on it. Handful of roasted chestnuts. They look tasty. I want something warm in these climes, so I'll bring out my mini Titan.
What news?
It is a pain creating all of the ornaments for the Winter's Day tree, but sure turned out nicely. My mother taught me how to make Winter's Day ornaments when I was a child, before the steering. I handed them out to neighbors everywhere. I made these crystal snowflakes for our celebration. Boy, they really make something of these in Guild Wars 2, don't they? Well, maybe not, but... Okay, so the solution was find the correct people to talk to. Of course it is. That's a very intricate icon for that crystal snowflake. It's out here somewhere, right? Okay. Here's Helga the Cub. One of the people I need to talk to. I should talk to Og the Gruff first, though. What a weird bar I've got. This is the bar that I was farming Char and Alani Academy with. For all of 5 rounds or something.
Why are you here?
Oh yeah, that's a ranger boss. I forget what his lead is, though. That might be the prepared shot guy. Hey, Helga. I'm sorry, little human, but I'm too busy on a serious Norn quest to help me. Father tells me I am old enough to earn my own keep, but I'm no good at hunting and I haven't found a craft that inspires me yet. How about this crystal ornament? There's exquisite craftsmanship in such a tiny object, and you decorate an entire tree with these? Perhaps I'll join you, right after I look at your Winter's Day tree. Wow, I am being ruined by sympathetic visage. Can somebody stop Elias from degenerating to death? Okay, well, it seems to have stabilized, but Talcora, you absolutely could have done something about it, and I noticed that you didn't. I'm going to hold you personally responsible for that. And by personally responsible, I mean, why is the AI so bad at things? I did start a reforged character, by the way. I've gone to pre-steering Pick and Square. It is very exciting. It is on my other account, however, my main account. Yep, don't have much to say about that beyond that. For those who are wondering, I started a monk. Hello, the glutton. Do not interrupt my hunt with your foolish Winter's Day talk. The sooner I catch my prey, the sooner I eat, and so I have no desire to help a bunch of humans who frolic and sing. Well, how do you feel about these chestnuts? This is delicious, but by far too small to fill up a mighty Norn. A few hundred more might tide me over until I catch my dinner, though. I'm hungry now. I'll go to your camp. I forget where the last one is, but for some reason my brain says, go to Gwen's garden. Garden. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm keeping an eye on my compass for green things, triangles. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Yep, I was correct. For my part, I did have a pretty good Christmas overall. Went to an... Ooh, red iris flowers. I think I have one. Yeah. I'll just grab a couple more. That one might be from pre-sewing or it might be from out here, and I legitimately couldn't tell you. But I went to... there's an Indian church, or like an Indian group that meets at a church near my house, and we went to that. Had some food there. It was very spicy, but tasty. But it made it feel like Christmas Eve again, because I'm used to going to church stuff on Christmas Eve and not on Christmas Day. So going to it on both made it feel like I had 2 Christmas Eves, so it's slightly disorienting. Winter's Day, bah, pointless holiday for puny people with weak drinks. Why should mighty Norn waste his time helping those who don't know how to truly celebrate? What is this? Yes, I can taste it. Alcohol, and not nearly as weak as I expected. A tankard or 2 of this eggnog, and I'm sure I'll be feeling the holiday spirit. Where did you say I could get more of this? Okay. I'm going to go back to the north. If this goes by really quickly, I'll do some other things, like play my necromancer a little bit. Who's behind the ball at like level 17. I think everybody else is level 20 now. Hello, Casey.
Who goes there?
All 3 Norn have come to the Eye. We'll gladly accept their help and share some cheer. Speaking of which, here's a little gift the unit put together for you. Merry Winter's Day. Thank you.
Who
What's
goes
next? Either I've been standing out here too long, or Micah accidentally cast Winter's Embrace on me again. I appreciate that he is so gung-ho, but Mesmer should really leave the water magic to the pros. Either way, I probably need another... So it's a Mesmer Elia. I probably need another cup of Moa noodle soup to fend off the sneezies. Speaking of fending things off, sneezes would be a really good word for... So I've been spending some time today playing Mark Brown of Game Maker Toolkit's game Wordplay, which is a fun game that absolutely melts your brain, where you're trying to spell words. And so sneezes would be a very good word in that. That definitely depends upon your modifiers a little bit, but that's a fun game. Speaking of fending things off, the scouts are saying there's evidence of char activity outside the Eye. If it's true, I don't think the furry gate crashers have come to sing Winter's Day carols. Would you speak to our Norn visitors and see if they're willing to investigate? I'm sure they'd be up to kicking the tail of any char you may come across. This is also good for Vanguard reputation points, which is nice. Actually, I am an agent. Who do I need to talk to about... Where... Schedule.
I'm afraid I'm busy.
Thank you. I have... Yes, Hero's Handbook. Okay. I need to reapply this title. There we go. If I'm going to be fighting Char, I want Rebel Yell. It's a rather useful effect to have when fighting Char. Human scouting abilities never fail to amuse me. As you can see, the Char are indeed here, and their mood is not quite as festive as the one inside. Now, we'll show you how Norn celebrate with battle. Even the cats think you eat too much. Good old slow walk on ice. I need more minion spells. At some point in this, don't they have a big old snowball that rolls across? I'm gonna flag my people up on the ramp. Helga the Cub is dead. So is the drunkard. Oh well. Ah, good old peace and harmony. Doing your work. I need strip enchantment on that guy. DNH is currently on recharge, but I can at least give myself more maximum health. These trihorns are tanky. Give them that. Ooh, a lockpick. The amount of time it took to pick that up is long enough to get slowed down. I'm gonna attack these guys. They're ignoring me, and I don't think I care. Random devourer. Okay, see Casey Carpenter for my reward. Just I have them right there, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, Lieutenant Thackeray. Good to see you're hanging around. How's my inventory looking? Loading. Loaded. Okay, where did you go, Casey? Over here.
I'm afraid I'm busy.
Hurrah! You and the Norn have certainly earned your share of the nog this time. Bringing them to your aid, accept this as thanks. Thank you.
Who goes there?
Hey there, thanks for clearing out the char. I'm being recalled to the field, but I'd love to have one last snowball fight. Before I leave, the folks around here think it'd be great if you came outside and joined us. Oh, and bring a friend. Okay, 2 people. My recollection is that necromancers were good here. I don't know why that's my recollection, but that is my recollection. Snow down the shirt. Yes, hide a rock. So I should swap to something that doesn't cause me to lose health. Oh yeah, this skill was really good. there's a repeatable version of this. I remember it being fairly tough. Well, there goes Elias. Ow. Is this one? You can play at the Snow Down the Short game. Yeah, Ranger's also very good here. I think there's basically a strategy where you like run a Necromancer up to the middle and then... Okay, yep. I'm not doing this one. Boy, it's been long enough that I don't really remember how to do this. That's okay. So I think if you get Holiday Blues going early, that it works well, is what my recollection is. But it's been long enough that, like, some of the details are a bit vague. Okay, those were basically not worth salvaging. I don't know what I should do with lockpicks. I think for now I'm just going to hang on to them in my bank and sort of save them up. It's just, they're good in a, from a certain point of view, but like... There's no reason not to just open these now. I'm going to have to mash it either way. There's 10. I need a lot more than that, though. Yeah. I'm eventually going to move some of these things over to my other account. Okay. I think the strategy here was, like, Ranger and then send in the Necro. Is what I vaguely recall. Oh, I have Avalanche now. Go over there. When do they actually start? Yeah, he's being super effective at drawing out all of their defensive skill. It's kind of like sacrificial, but like that's a big degen pool that he's made. By keeping everyone in it, we're gaining some advantage. This is definitely not going super well, though. It's down to just me. Yeah. Definitely what does my strategy need to be? I need to not use the ice fort as early. Probably should use this earlier. I'm not going to just sit around. I'm just going to warp back now. I'm going to try this several times, but it's definitely going to be a little bit.
What news?
Huh. That is a serious set of runs. Okay. Sending Elias kind of into their midst. Let's just have you set up the ice fort, because why not? Okay, so it's when Artificer Molyneux announces that things are starting, that things actually start. And then he absolutely gets his butt handed to him. But for 30 seconds, yeah, it creates a big degen zone. Which definitely helps. Fortunately, my team is full of weaklings. Okay. I think the odds are in our favor at this point. But I do want to... Well... That's maybe a bit strong to say. I'm not sure. I've used my heal, though. Yellow Snow does your stuff, but I'm probably dead. Yeah, I was stuck standing still. Okay, I'm getting better at this. I'm trying to figure out my strategy here, and it's a tough one.
Are you still here?
Surface number DD2146. Reporting for duty. Feel like there's some reference going on there that I don't quite get, but okay. So I have to go through the banter. No fair, I wanted the player on my team. Am I using that too early? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that skill works entirely. I do think the yellow snow is stronger than the snare, for whatever that's worth. I don't like our numbers right now. That's gonna go wide. Ah, that was really bad timing. Okay, yeah, not winning this one. Things just didn't go right at the start. Part of it is I feel like I'm not activating Elias's skill at the right time.
Report in.
I feel like I need to be activating it a little bit later. Actually, I'm gonna move him over to the side a little bit. No, I don't know if that's better or not, but... Okay, it also helps that I have the yellow snow. Do I? Well, it probably doesn't really matter. This thing's setting it, so I don't think the Norn title will do anything here. You can see this is a pretty hard quest. My hope is that better timing means that his skill would work better and... then we'd all do better. Still don't quite like how the numbers are lining up, but I think it's looking okay. It looks like we've got a decent number on my team still. Yeah, the degen there is really important. Okay, cool. Success was mine. That was tricky to figure out, but I managed to get there in the end. There is like a repeatable version of that and people grind it, so I'm sure that there are plenty of folks who have actually like good strategies. You get kind of I think down the shirt might be the warrior skill. A little bit redundant with hidden rock. No, it's the shout. Excuse me. This is the shout. So the ranger gets a barrage type skill that hits multiple but slightly weaker, which I think is a better skill than the one that I get as a warrior, but that's okay. I'm not gonna like grind this out or anything. I just want to, do it at least once. Yeah, it took me several times to get it, but sure, we can call that amazing if you want. Okay, cool. For some reason my brain was saying that there was a bit more going on, but maybe not. Man, they really do not give candy cane shards, do they? That is wild. Fuel tonics. I don't think I have frosty tonics though. This counter outpost, yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna move Wayfarer Marks over to here. I mean, it was definitely worth it for the things it did give me, so just thinking it was a little bit more. I believe if I like reset, Casey will allow me to be able to like repeatedly farm the snowball, but I really don't want to. Okay, well let's go ahead and I wanted to go a little bit longer than 40 minutes, so let's go ahead and spend a little bit of time on this necromancer who is desperately underleveled. Yes. Pets and minions and pets and minions. Actually, it would be really good. Vizuna Square is not ideal. Okay. Okay, I do have Shambling Horror. Have I taken her to EOTN yet? I have. Have I taken her? Okay, I have Commodon. Yeah, I want to look up skill location. It is Eye of the North. I should go to Eye of the North and pick that up then. Unless I have it already. Hang on, I should check. I do. I have Masochism already. Never mind. Don't need to go get it. I already have it. Like if I'm doing minion stuff and I'm using this Soul Reaping Elite, I might as well just go like this, right? Is this character? I do have my birthday present. Yeah, 24 months. I assumed based upon her name that there's a pretty good chance that actually she was... Okay, she's a Prophecies character. That she actually was made in... on Christmas Day. So, probably that's the case. J boots. Excellent. I need more runes. Probably should put minor death on the boots and then like blood on legs. That seems reasonable. For some reason she has char bags and I don't know what that reason was. I'm gonna go see how much those minor runes are. I do have a soup death rune floating around. Don't really need that. That's minor curses. I think that's the one she already has, though. Yeah. Might be useful later. Minor soul reaping. Do I have that one? No, I do not. Minor curses. Blood, minor death. You know what? I'll put soul reaping here. That's definitely a good one. Minor soul reaping tends to be fairly valuable. Okay. Now then. Where is... Over there. Mitsunari. Yeah, I definitely want a better staff. Wow, that's gotten expensive. Yeah, I saved a lot of money with that. Okay, 500. Death magic and blood magic. I might want survivors on her, honestly. How much are they charging us for survivors insignia these days? 300, and that's not terrible. More armor is probably better, though. I just want like minion masters. Obviously, there's a reason Tormentor is as expensive as it is. I think I might just do like Undertakers. I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually put Bloodstained on my boots just because Bloodstained boots was the original thing before Insignia existed. It was a Bloodstain on your boots, so it gives me a lot of nostalgia for that, I guess you could say. Okay, so the number one thing I'm seeing is that these builds are horrendously out of date and in desperate need of repair. Mox is probably fine, though. Yeah, I think Mox is probably fine. Except for the Resurrect. The Resurrect is not fine. There's Res Chant. Gwen does not even have an elite skill, so that's not fine. Not fine at all. There's some reason Koss is not in my party. Okay, Koss cannot be in my party. I must have gotten far enough, and so that would explain that. Weird choice. I don't think she needs Aether Feast. I do like Drain Enchantment quite a bit, though. Let's give you Leech Signet as well. Res Chant again. Don't really want people getting Vengeance. That's not really ideal in my opinion. Okay, can I get Soup Air reasonably? Yeah, okay. Superior Air is just going to help Vec too much to not want it. The other ones I'm kind of a little bit more leave or take. I mean, she wants Superior Domination, she has it, so that's fine. Especially since I'm right next to the guy, you know, might as well make use of that. The rest of this is fine, except for, obviously, I want Res Chant. Res Chant. Milani. Sure, that's acceptable. I have a bunch of attribute points, but I can see you're still leveling. I would rather have Healing Burst, because you're going to use that smarter. Also, do I have a Soup Healing Purse sticking around in my bank? I think I had some random monk runes somewhere. It's Minor Fire. Soup Fire. No, okay. Soup Healing might be a little... I don't know. We'll see. Obviously Minor Divine is fairly pricey. Okay, no, Soup Healing is fine. I'm just gonna grab a plat. Okay, Talcora. Okay, I want Super Prot for her. By having my hero set up the same general builds across, regardless of character, it makes it a lot easier to remember what each one does, which is hugely beneficial. I do like Healing Breeze. You can sometimes be a little dumb about it. I'll leave it there for now and see if that ends up proving to be an issue or not. Shield of Deflection. I do like Shield of Deflection. I'm not sure if that's the best thing, though. I've been really liking PNH on her. Also, I don't like Roth in normal mode. PNH probably over Deny Hexes. Deny Hex doesn't really feel like it serves a whole lot of a purpose. Shield Guardian is nice. Regular Guardian is nice. Not sure. Prot Spirit is good. Especially when we have a team that's like underleveled like we do. Okay. Suska needs a. Actually, I have the soup fire in my bank. I'll just slap it on this guy because why not? No, I want enough energy storage that this at least can exist. Res chance still better than resurrect. I'm okay with him dual attuning, but he should at least be Rodgort's invocationing and. Yeah, okay. Liquid Flame is fine. Fireball, also. So Liquid Flame, the advantage of Liquid Flame is that it has a larger area of effect if it strikes a foe that's attacking or casting a spell. So it's a little bit less reliable, but its area of effect is much larger, like substantially larger. So it's a bunch of trade-offs. Okay. Be interesting is there's some stuff that'd be quite useful. A better thing to put that spawning power mod on would actually be quite nice. Oh, that's a soul reaping wand. That's pretty good. That's very good. Not for this character though. The soul reaping thing, or the spawning power here, this ritualist suffix, would be very good. I just want it on a much better staff than that one. I need more mods before that's kind of worth worrying about. Okay, so what was I trying to do on this character? Wow. Really? No, that's... I have the Zaishin quest for Tia Gertrude. Boy, that was confusing. Okay. Yeah, I have hunted. Do I want to go do that? A lot of Ascalon quests. I should chase Zenmai. Let's do that. Let's get Zenmai unlocked. Or at least... Ski? Love over there? Or like. I don't know how you want to translate that. Need to go this way. I need to go talk to this guy about Zenmai first, apparently. It would be good to get these characters some levels, so... Need to swap my water cups around. Primeval armor. You can get that in Guild Wars 2, which is cool. My Guardian has an armor set that uses the legs of that, kind of like my Warrior in this does. Or, well, my main account anyway. Not this particular account, I suppose. One gets right down to it. How many... Passing the Buck and the Emperor in Peril. Okay. I also have All for One and One for Justice, which would be good to do. As well. I may do that next and just get both of them. What I'd really like to do is get through Nipui Quarter and get an Enraged Lunge, but... Oh, speaking of which, I want my pet. This Playful Stalker up. Ideally, I'm going to replace this pet with a better pet later, but I wanted to get her a spider, and that is not happening soon. Let's put it that way. How is my Beast Mastery on this? 7 points of Beast Mastery? Part of it, too, is this character's attributes are just hampered by needing to get further. I'm not sure how far she is in Prophecies, actually. But I want her to get a spider pet. Did Brian survive? Wow. Congratulations, Brian. You never survived that. Must have done that quest already. I don't know. Yep. Stuff, whatever. Gotta go to the Undercity. Of course, she's a Necro Ranger maiden with a Landry Stalker. Of course, she's a Prophecies character. Where's passing the buck at? I need to speak to Basong, who's back over there. Okay, well, we're not worrying about that one right now. That one's annoying, and we're not doing it. It's called that for a reason. On song over here, I believe, is part of that. So it was useful to check. Useful to check. Man, I wish it was a lot easier to get candy cane shards. It's ridiculously difficult compared to what you need to get for Halloween. I don't know why my minions panel's all the way over there. Trembling Horror isn't long for this world, though, that's for sure. It'll just become a jagged horror, so... I need to use my elite more. Somebody just gained a level, and I think it was Sosuke. Reaper's Mark is a weird spell. Is this... Whenever you cast a spell. Interesting. So the pet stuff actually works really nicely with that. Because it sort of ignores some of the stuff going on. I'm having a pretty easy time dealing with a lot of the stuff in here right now. Despite our comically low levels. Also, I'm going to give you a spec in there, spec in there. She still needs some stuff. The last three don't need don't need to worry about the levels of the last two because they're level 20. Honestly, I should go through prophecies, and being able to do the 15 attribute point quest is really important. But I'm happy to go get Zenmai and Olias unlocked, and I can work on leveling them too, potentially, if Milani in particular gets level 20 soon. So I remember being a bit of a challenge. Thankfully they like thin out some of the worst mobs here. It's very easy to wipe on this map. Generally speaking. Also, I don't know why Mox got closed. But he did for some random reason. Better to go from over here, I think. Least ways when they have the mobs reduced the way that they have. It's a mark against using minions here. Well, there's a candy cane shard. I certainly don't object to that. Not sure what they interrupted me with. Definitely want to keep that up. That makes my minions level 18, which is important. I don't think I get to use this Resurrection Shrine, but I do want to walk close enough to activate it anyway. It is cool having favor, seeing that all glowy and floaty, isn't it? Well, definitely had some people show up. Don't really need to keep Masochism up for the minion count, so I'm not worrying about it. Man, these are much cleared out spawns. Be more pleasant to keep up if I had an enchanting suffix. Oh yeah, necromancers might be stripping my enchantments too. They have Order of Apostasy that results in enchantments getting removed. Some caveats about losing massive quantities of health if they are monk enchantments, but you know, not really what I'm doing. Does this character have BIP? Yeah. There's a boss that has BIP in here, so I was kind of arbitrarily wondering. And I'm bad at keeping Masochism up. It's important to keep it up because it makes my minions a little bit stronger. Well, they just fell over. What's my minion cap right now? 16 death magic, so 8 or 9 maybe. Gonna have a lot of talking up here though. Generally likes to listen to himself. This is such a weirdly set up quest. You have a bunch of like spawns that all kind of happen partway through, and I don't know, it's confusing. This is deeply insanitary. The ceremony could not begin without Zenmai. Blah blah blah. 8's my maximum count without that. Yeah, I definitely want to replace Reaper's Mark with a more useful elite. There's a number of Beast Mastery ones that would be good, but I'm not at the point of that yet. And like Enraged Lunge is definitely the one that I'm most interested in. I'm gonna have a peanut M&M now while I wait for this dialogue. Effective tactic for getting rid of all my minions, I guess. The problem is, This quest feels so wonky because you have to wait. You need more waves of Ampha to spawn. Like, that boss just goes down way too fast. Or the spawn times are way too long. Here we go. Here's what we're here to fight. Reaper's Mark is actually pretty good with QZ. Okay. Yeah, speak with Zenmai. And now I need to talk to the clerk about adding Zenmai to my team. Okay. Yeah, I've done a bunch of running around over there. Makes sense. Let's go to Lion's Arch and see about grabbing an Elias as well. Yeah, Vec, you can hang around. If he goes over here. Underworld speed clear. That sounds intense. Not for me, thanks. I'm gonna swap those. Number one way of getting Bloodstone Fen on your map, eh? These guys are rude plants. Rude, very weak plants. I really prefer he didn't waste corpses on his weak minion spells. But anyway. I like to make him an MM. Okay, time to beat him to the punch. I can outpace him because I have a Bloodstain insignia and he does not. Such is the power of not being an NPC. Might have accidentally hit the wrong button there. That's okay. Kill things fast enough. He was able to get his minion spell off. Good for him. Man, I need a better staff. The spawning power staff actually has a lot of appeal to it. Probably... An Adept Head, is that half cast time? I probably don't care about that. I probably just want Insightful. Fine, I don't need to go anywhere. There we go. Now I can go turn both these quests in and comment on. Should heal my pet. It's no fun having it die and wipe out my bar for some seconds. Lost a lot of minions there due to degeneration. And I'm noticing. Okay, victory is mine. A little bit different in its structure. I'm still going to run this direction. As if that had anything to do with the previous chasings on my mission. Just a big old area back here for no good reason. Okay. I need to go to Commandant Jewel of Easton. And talk to the clerk. Thank you. And I could theoretically do these quests on more characters. But I am not feeling it. But 5,000 experience points is so good for getting my levels up. But they suck. You're only 1,000 experience points? What sort of shenanigans are you pulling? Yeah, I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. An ecto each? We really need a weapon mods trader. Besides, I'd need to run around and grab outposts, and I don't feel like doing that right now. What do I need to do for hunted? Good question. Sunspear Great Hall. I don't think there's anything there. Must be skills. I have 5 hero skill points. I have vampirism. I think I got the necro one already. Yeah. Mesmer one's not bad, but this doesn't unlock skills for me, so. I'll grab Vocal Minority. I don't really feel the need to grab Ranger skill. Well, I'm not going to grab any Ranger skills. So I'm going to probably get them on my primary Ranger before I worry about trying to get them over here, but. Let's go talk to Pickin, not to be confused with Pickin Square. 5,000. Why am I getting stuck on NPCs? Okay, 5,000 experience points COZs is definitely attractive, but Or 5,000 experience points. Whatever, the thing that I mean. Necromancer skills. Signal of Lost Souls is good. I'll grab this one. I'm hesitant to grab core skills because I don't know offhand if I'm going to get them through other things. So, yeah, there's potentially a bunch of quests and things going on over here. That is not where I meant to go, but it is absolutely where I went. Probably won't be doing Ryland Refuge for quite some time. No. Nope, I will not be doing the Stygian Underlords on this character anytime soon, if ever. Thank you very much. Okay. Where I meant to go was Lion's Arch. Okay, I have not even gone to the Delesio Seaboard. This is a profoundly odd-looking map to me. Okay. So I've done, like, little out here. I skipped that and went through. Okay, sure. Sure, me. I can do these decisions that I've made. Blood of the Master and Bestial Pounce. Let's go do this. I don't know. My map is weird. I'm not going to think about it too much. Elias and Zenmai are lower leveled and need builds. I really don't need a BIP. I don't have Necromancer elite skills, really, to speak of. So that's just great. I'm going to never mind this and never mind this. No, not Monk. I meant Mesmer. Congratulations, you are a illusion magic Mesmer now. I don't think Fragility is actually going to be doing much good here. There. I don't know. It's a bar. Why do I have this longbow fortitude for pulling, I suppose? Well, This is a stupid idea. Dash is good. Death Blossom is good. Give you Palm Strike. Do I give you Palm Strike? I don't know. I want to give you Judges and do I? I don't. I can't. Okay. Ixnay on the Judge's Insight a plan. Okay. Well, that was the whole spec into this attribute idea. So never mind that. I'll just give you Resurrection skill and call that planning. I seriously don't have Judge's Insight. That is definitely an error I need to correct. Hang on. Judge's Insight. Yep, definitely a skill that I can go get, but not a skill that I would have gotten through a quest. So I might just go never mind whatever this optimism is and go get her judge's insight, because who needs this when you're doing this? We're gonna be fighting some undead. You can have a symbol of wrath because it looks rad. Okay, hang on. Character select. You are in my guild hall right now, chilling for who knows why. I don't care. You are a factions character. Do you have? Okay, I'm gonna take a. Yeah, what? I'm going to Kaineng. Okay. Yep, that's about what I expected. Okay, never mind. I can see why I don't have Judge's Insight. It's in Greenwich Courthouse. Okay. I have a different plan. Judge's Insight is not necessarily a skill that I'm planning on using on that character that much anyway. And this character, it has these places. So, congratulations, you're going whammo for a moment here. Hello, I would like a gold, please. Thank you. You know, it makes a heck of a lot of sense. Oh yeah, Restore Life is a skill that I've been wanting to be getting. You can get Judge's Insight in the courthouse. I never thought about that. But yeah, Judge's Insight, you can acquire it in the courthouse. Duh, where else would you get Judge's Insight? It makes perfect sense. Excuse me while I fix my lack of Scythe Mastery. Okay. I can now make Zenmai work the way I want her to. Okay. Okay. Right. These spells are probably going to be kind of disappointing. Not entirely, but I might as well bring an offensive spell and not rely entirely on making minions. And attacking with my pet, I mean, is fine. Okay. This is a weird team. Don't question weirdness. Embrace weirdness. Embrace the weirdness. Excuse me. Yeah. Why are you giving me Judge's Insight? Give yourself Judge's Insight. Ugh. I wish I could tell her to use the skills the way I wanted her to. Whatever, it does make me wand harder, I suppose. If you have to put it on... Yes, good. You figured out the plan. The plan of putting Judge's Insight on yourself. I grant you that that plan kind of loses a lot of oomph here-ish. I'm going to do this. I should just have Aura of the Lich and be done with it. But I don't have Aura of the Lich because guess where that's available? Ring of Fire Island Chain, or if you're feeling particularly spicy, Warren Kryta. It is not available before then. Hey, somebody just leveled up, and that somebody is me. More death magic, please. I was laughing about a multilingual pun. I will not explain myself further. Man, I wish they hadn't nerfed Vrada's sacrifice. That was such a good skill for maintaining your minions back in the day, and then they decided it should not exist anymore. And I don't know. I mean, my hot take is that Isaiah Cartwright did not know how to balance Guild Wars 1, but like, I think he probably did the best job he knew how. That was my feeling. That's my hot take. Kind of cool seeing the Melandru statue up there in the sky. Hi, minions. I know that's potentially a spicy take, but I haven't really talked to him. I've never talked to him or anything, so I can pick his brains about what he is thinking or how he is kind of approaching stuff, but yeah. Thank you. Blood of the Master is a way of healing your minions, but it does cost a bunch of health, and it's not necessarily worth it. Excuse me. Over just getting new minions. Don't know about Bestial Pounce. I don't know. I would like to take a crack at balancing this game. I mean, I know I've done this. I did a whole thing of like, let's experiment with rebalancing everything, but it's just very superficial. I know, like, Mr. Jack has done stuff like that, and I'd probably approach things a little bit more dramatically nowadays anyway. But, like, I don't know. I maintain one of the biggest things that this game needs for balance is just different enemy skill bars. Like, the lack of updates to enemy skill bars as skills change is definitely a problem for balance. But also just, like, the game was designed around certain values, and then they go and ignore that with enemies, and it just doesn't work. Like, armor values is the big thing. Armor values and damage values. Like, the damage formulas and all those numbers are kind of calibrated for the PvP, right? And then they just ignore that in PvE, and the class balance is thrown off. I mean, that's not the only thing that throws off class balance, but profession balance, whatever. Like, there's a lot of other things that throw off the balance in this game, but yeah, okay. So I haven't done the Beetleton quest either, so I can do that. I kind of wanted to keep that enchantment around. My plan right now is basically to go to Beetleton and then continue on to the coast. Actually, I might not. I probably will actually just go to Temple of the Ages Sanctum, or Fisherman's Haven Sanctum K, and try to make my way to the Crystal Desert. I don't really feel like doing a bunch of Maguma stuff right now and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know how long I'm even planning on going today. Like, I was planning on going to about 7, which is in about 15, 20 minutes, but I might go a little bit longer depending upon how I'm feeling. Okay, I should be getting close to Beetleton now. Yeah, there it is. I guess I'll probably just go until I'm hungry and want to eat. What is today? Friday? Yeah, so I don't have to worry about getting up for church tomorrow. I like going to church, but I hate having to get up for it. Unfortunately, it's like 80% of people like church in the morning, and I'm like, I am in the 20%. I just have to deal with it. Just have to deal with it. Okay, where is Elder Sobel's up here? Or Elder Hazaron, excuse me. Sobel's a person elsewhere. I don't have anything. Yeah, okay. Plague Touch and Symbiosis. I wonder how many of those I have already. Elder Sobel was Nebuteris, I think. Goodies, no. Actually, I'm not gonna bother salvaging these things. What is this? That's okay. That's a soup death that I'll probably give to Elias later. Chios. I have a poisonous stinger. That's a prophecies quest, or a pre-sing quest. Yeah, you can just take all this stuff, please. Goodbye. Thank you. Hopefully Symbol of Wrath is working well on my... I don't know, I haven't been paying any attention. It's not like it has a freaking visual effect for some crazy reason. Okay, we're going to be here for a little bit because this quest takes forever. I wish the pet panel would stay opened on zone transition. It doesn't for some reason. I'm glad these guys do, but... maybe if I hit the pin button, it'll stay open. I'm not really expecting it to. That pin apparently keeps hitting escape from closing it, or like, I don't know, the B button on the controller more accurately. And in Rage Launcher would be so much better. I don't have anything that minion right now. That's okay. Susuke over here trying to do his best Orion impression. Also, he gained a level, didn't he? Mm-hmm. A little bit more of both of those. We're still waiting on everybody else. That's fine. Still don't have minion targets. That's still fine. Zenmai, I'm gonna have you do this to yourself. Okay. These guys are just weak. They're low-level enemies. I don't know. Feel a bit weird about having a minion skill I can't even use. You're who leveled up, but you didn't level up in a way that was helpful. Or rather, your attribute points are allocated in a way that allows me to be able to spec more. Yeah, I might get a Sanctum K and wrap up there. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not premeditating this particularly much. Elias is doing his best Illusion Mesmer impression. Good old Raging Cadavers. Zombie Warlocks actually make corpses. Hi, this is what a real undead looks like. Smoke Phantoms are weak to cold damage for some random reason. I'm gonna pick up this Decayed Ore Emblem. They haven't been sending the little nibbly guys. I don't know. They use a skill called Nibble, and it does crippled, and or maybe they have another one that does crippled, but they have Nibble. The little gray guys. They leave corpses too. I haven't been sending them though. I think they just wiped out like a bunch at once, which is kind of fun. Something died. I can make a minion out of it. I don't know what it was. Was it a soldier? Could have been. Oh, that's rude. Just earthquaking me onto a chaos storm. Sheesh. Do you want to send your last group yet? I would really appreciate it if you would. This is such a long one. I don't know what he's talking about. Make at the end of what? Yeah, grasping ghouls. These are the guys. Kill this Necroid Horseman. Necroid Horseman can raise minions, so they're kind of a higher priority target for me. Choking gas. Well, that's a problem. This is the last group, by the way. Okay, I'm warping in here. Just gonna be a little faster. Play touch and symbiosis. Thank you. That unlocked no skills for me, but did give me skills on this character, so it's not nothing. Anything interesting? Improve sale value. Well, I can't say that I have any issues with that specifically. It is quite useful. All right then. Undead Lands. Kind of rather do something besides that. Do I have? I don't have a Curse's headpiece, but I do have Curse's spells. I can probably make a headpiece in Boreal Station, right? What do I need for that, though? Let's go investigate, shall we? Summon a snowman while we're at it. Just leave a snowman behind. All snowman-y. I also need to get a rune, but Superior Curses seems face. Right, I don't have those on anybody. Shinjay, yeah, okay, I'm cool with Ragged though. Curses. Okay. Yeah, Parchment and Feathers. I can get some of this. I have Sartalak on this character. Yes, we'll add Eliasons and my back into my party once I'm done with this. I need to go talk to the artisan out here. Apparently, I need to start salvaging wood-containing things again. I might actually have a stack of wood in my bank. I should check that. I have a lot of books in my inventory too. I don't have Shiro's Return, which is definitely something I want to make sure I grab. I don't know. 20? That's enough. I needed 25 and I had 12 in my bank, so that will suffice. Did I have more wood in my... And I have plenty of feathers. No. I should definitely save up wood. Okay, noted. I'll begin concerning myself with the acquisition of wood on account of needing parchment. Curses, yes, this one. Thank you. I do need to go get some runes and stuff. You can do that in my guild hall, though, so I'm just going to drop myself off in Bergen Hot Springs again. And go grab those from my guild hall. I like how fast this game loads. Mostly because the assets are, like, quick and easy to load, but I still like it. Okay, merchant. I would like to sell these 3 things, please. Okay, rune trader. Hi, I'd like to trouble you for another Undertaker's insignia and a Superior Curses rune. Thank you. There. Now I can have a proper Curses hat. Oh yeah, let's put Elias and Zenmai on my team again. Their bars were just updated like crazy, but who cares? Okay, rid of death magic for curses because I'm tired of having things not quite work. I want barbs, soul barbs. Do I have any pet stuff that I want to bring? Scavenger Strike is actually pretty spicy, but I don't think it's super useful here. Mark of Pain's actually kind of decent when I'm controlling my pets. I really should have like a Zealous Spear or something, maybe. I'm not sure. Some sort of spear. Object Cry's not really doing that much here. I could go with Suffering. Just a big area degen. Am I really feeling that though? Not really. Just slap on Defile enchantments and call that good. That's decent. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Okay, leaves button. Eats, shoots, and leaves. Panda jokes, etc. I don't know why that's what I'm thinking about, but here we are. All right. Hopefully this works decently well, and I feel okay about barbsing up something my pet is attacking. If not, oh well. Hi, good morning. Okay, well, it could also just be that these guys are level 13 and my party is more than capable of taking care of them, in part because Acolyte Sasuke is just absolutely drowning them in fire magic, which is a horrendously mismatched metaphor of what's going on, but... Hi. Get barbsed. Okay, I cast barbs on him and then he died, which is not really how you want that skill to go, but I certainly don't object. Also Zenmai. Zenmai should hopefully trigger barbs. He's not too busy being holy. I'm not quite sure how those interact, honestly. Barbs is a little bit weird to me. Whenever they're hit by physical damage, indicates to me that it does not work with elemental damage or like holy damage or whatever. Something to keep an eye out on. Yeah, 15 damage from barbs. Soul barbs. These guys are just so weak, it kind of feels a bit silly to do stuff, honestly. It's like my team composition is expecting tankier enemies, or at least my build is expecting slightly tankier enemies, and it's feels a bit goofy when they're made of tissue paper. Well, I can easily tell when Melandri's strike lands. Giant wall of numbers. Ooh, bones. Not quite the wood that I need, but you know what? Bones are fine. That was decent damage. Good old healing seed. Mark of Pain doing 40 damage to 2 enemies is maybe a little bit underwhelming. I really like the chest mechanic. I just wish they felt valuable. They don't, is the problem. They believe my words have indicated. You know what? I usually go that way. Let's go this way for a change. I feel like it. I feel like doing it different. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of like, why did I bother with a build in an area that, like, I don't know. My build's just better against tanky enemies. That's the issue here. And these guys are not. Soul Barb's doing what Soul Barb's does. Excellent. Excellent. I don't actually know how to navigate from here because I usually go the other way, so this is going to be a little bit of a fun experiment. Okay, we're fighting the zombie warlock. I can't be helped. The path goes this way. The problem is they're so fragile that by the time I cast barbs on them, they're like 90% dead. So it's just not doing anything. Okay, my pet has determined that it wants to fight this grasping ghoul rather than the thing I was targeting. That's fine, I guess. I am definitely tanking. It's maybe not ideal, but I am doing it. Yeah, you can paw out that one too. I think I want to go up this way. I think this might actually be a shorter path. Maybe? Probably. Possibly. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Yes, blinding flash me. As if that meant anything. You're sorely overestimating my wanding damage, in my opinion, but... My pet, on the other hand, very good target for blind. Okay, something leveled. Sosuke, you leveled. They're just so weak. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about their utter horrendous weakness. Yeah, Zenmai is dropping symbols of wrath on them after they're all dead. Oh yeah, this is definitely shorter than going around that way, I think. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it's more direct. I need to remember that. The northern route is better than the southern route there. Good to know. Also, my pet is level 15 now. It was level 14 earlier, so that's nice. There will be a couple of skill quests that I'll be picking up along the way. A skill quest I'll be picking up along the way. Yeah, that sounds right. Probably can drop Judge's Insight from Zenmai once we get to TOA. Don't really think we're going to be fighting a whole lot more undead. My feeling. Few undead along the way, of course, but it's like once we're there, not so much. You know, part of the problem here is Acolyte Sosuke is absolutely demolishing these poor fools. Okay, that was a double level up, which I am happy for. I did not enjoy the chain lightning. I did not enjoy it, Sam I Am. I don't know who Sam I Am is in this case. Who got the double level up? It was Dunkoro has some points. You and you. More dagger mastery. More dagger mastery is good. She does want more critical strikes, but until I get it to 8, it doesn't really matter how many she has right now. So, man, I really want to get her out of the pajamas and into an outfit that looks good. But that is a very long-term project with Zenmai. It's not like I use her all that much in the first place. I appreciate that they gave bonus heroes for prophecies and factions, though. That's pretty neat. What if Elias had been a ritualist instead? Yeah, a spear that I can trigger barbs with would definitely be nice. But it would be something that I'd have to... Long-term acquisition plans. I'm not really sure what suffix I'd want on that most either. Part of it is I can't just use Spirit of the Forgotten, because Spirit of the Forgotten is lightning damage, which is unfortunate. I don't think that works, so... It's over by that big old swamp over there. Be seeing TOA somewhat soonish, I think. Okay, I have barbs on me, which I should not stand around waiting for damage. Sir Robert. I think Sir Robert's a ghost. I got decent damage there off of that. Why did you give Judge's Insight to Talcora of all people? I'll tell you who doesn't have friggin' Judge's Insight, Zenmai. I don't know. Sir Robert is not a ghost. I just assumed. I'm sorry, Sir Robert. You are in fact alive. I don't know what you're wanting. Abnormal seeds? For non-max gear? No, I'd take my plant fibers, thanks. Okay, I'm feeling a little lost. I think it's just over this way. There it is. Never mind. I might have been feeling lost, but I wasn't. So that's an interesting one. I do have to admit, I'm quite fond of the swamps of Kryta. Also, for some reason, my pet has really low health, and I'm not sure why. Okay, well, it was an easy enough to solve problem. Easy enough to solve. Okay, Zenmai. Judge's Insight is no longer a thing you are doing. Scourge Healing might not be terrible, but... Man, Strength of Honoring herself would be really smart, but I also don't trust the AI to know that. I would go for Scourge Healing. I don't think it's going to be great, but it at least amuses me. Milani? Get in on this action. Guess I'll bring in Vec. I like Vec. Vec does stuff well. Don't know why people have Melandri's Watcher out here. It's not like you can do anything with it. Demonic Flesh and Choking Gas. Not really what I consider the best options, but... The only ones that do anything are Balthazar and Grenth. They have zones, the other ones don't. I should theoretically clear out my inventory, but I just don't feel like doing it right now, so I will make that a future Scientier problem and go this way. I want to go down to Fisherman's Haven. By way of Talmark Wilderness and Twin Serpent. No, not Twin Serpent Lakes. Tears of the Fallen. Tears of the Fallen. Twin Serpent Lakes is over here. This is a map whose name I ought to know, and for some reason is not in my brain. What is that map again? Heh, Melania is a doctor. Dervish Ranger. That amuses me for some reason. Maybe that's Twin Serpent Lakes? I'm pretty sure that one is, though. Well, that's going to bug me until I find out what the answer is. I really should know it. Add some sort of protective enchantment on it. Shielding hands, most likely. Just enough prop pairs to make it do 14 damage reduction. What's my reward for this quest? 750 experience. Okay. I mean, I knew the skills. It's just I wasn't paying attention to the other number, and that number suddenly seemed relevant to me, so... It is really convenient that Prophecies is set up a way that you can just skip so much by making your way over here. No, we're not fighting that thing. Retribute yourself, take damage. They never did a whenever this deals damage. Oh no, it's called Pain Inverter. Yeah. I was thinking of like a reverse retribution because I was thinking like empathy and stuff that like punishes on hit. Spiteful Spirit punishes on performing action, but like those aren't the same, you know? Not the same. Yeah, take 80 damage. That's right. What you deserve, I guess. Maybe. Possibly. Probably. Going over there. Okay, let's take care of this stupid fog nightmare. Goes down so fast, can't even finish casting barbs. Oh yeah, that's because they're fragile. They slow us down for a few seconds, but also this pin absolutely did nothing, so I'm not going to worry about it. I think I just want to follow this path. Maybe I want to go up this way, actually. Hang on. Does this go anywhere? I dropped 65 gold coins. That's like a whole 8 gold. I mean, it adds up, right? Oh my goodness, do there have to be so many fog nightmares? The fog nightmares, please take a vacation. Here, let me help Zenmai. As we turned our attention to it, it evaporated. That was probably a Rodgort's going off, if I had to guess. I think it's over here. Okay, Zenmai, you're getting too zealous. I don't... Dread Nightstalk? Okay, it's no longer a problem. It's one of those weird spots where it's like, okay, I need to figure out my way through this area. It would be nice to have a map, but also I only go through this area when I don't have a map, so... Or when it's, like, fogged up. Which is... kind of... an interesting quirk to consider. Don't think I need to go down there. I think I need to go over here. Yeah, I think that's just an area. I see the horde of... Okay. Hang on. We gotta go rescue Acolyte Sasuke from his problems with standing still. He seems to be doing a pretty good job, actually. Just set everything on fire and watch it fall apart. This is where our elementalists are kind of overpowered a little bit. Maybe, well, he's still level 16, so his damage is not where you want it to be. But these guys are level 19, so they don't have max armor yet either. I'm assuming. I mean, the experience points matter. They're not nothing. Tears of the Fallen, yes. That is the map that we're going to now. Probably would ideally want to run this like 10 Beast Mastery. I could even see going like a 12, 14, 9 with runes. Pretty sure that's Twin Serpent Lakes. This might be... I don't remember what that is. I think I need to go across the beach. I think I remember discovering that last time I was here. Okay, well, that guy is made of tissue paper. Unfortunately, Acolyte Sasuke will have 0 energy because these guys are spamming the ever-living snot out of Chillblains, so that's the unfortunate part of trying to be an elementalist and Chillblains laden waters. We should theoretically, by the way, be able to like see this piece of land over here, or maybe that's that piece of land right directly there. But like we should be seeing land over there, but they were not taking their distant LOD visions into account, and that's fine. Got to make the game run efficiently to conserve data size and bandwidth and stuff, and I certainly do not begrudge them that. Oh my goodness, this is just absolutely absurd amounts of chillblains flying around. Do I have chillblains on this character? I know I have it unlocked on my account. Okay, I don't have it on this character. I think I have it unlocked on this account. Elias, do I have chillblains unlocked on this account? I do. It'd be next to Barb's, but I don't have it. I have Defile enchantment. Do I have Desecrate enchantment as well? I don't think so. That hurt. Stingray Strand, that's the name of the map. I feel better. Yeah, I like the idea of making my way to Sanctum K, turning in some quests, and calling it a day. Really would like an Enraged Launch unlocked, but I have to get through Nipui Quarter first. It's in the Nipui Explorable, so... Explodable? Nipui Explodable Quarter? Boy, that thing is large and in charge. And extremely weak to fire magic, as it turns out. My pet hit a spike trap, I see. There's the Wizard's Tower, everybody's favorite. Always got to get a screenshot looking up at that. Also, my frame rate is absolutely dying here, as it is wont to do. Maybe 2 weeks we'll be able to figure that one out. I need to figure out going on to the Discord server and suggesting to them that a weapon mods trader would be amazing. If anybody is in the Discord server and is listening to this, go ahead and drop them a line. The more people that have, say, a weapon mods trader would be amazing. The more likely it is to happen, I suppose. Let's not spam them. Let's respect them. They are individuals trying to make this game better. And we appreciate them for it. I certainly do. All right. Nobody wants to fight Scale. I certainly don't. I don't want to ignore them. Make my way into Fisherman's Haven. That's exactly what I just did. I've lost a couple party members, but it's a worthy sacrifice for getting a couple of quests from this guy. Animate bone minions. Get concussion shot on this character, which I cannot claim to be particularly useful. Okay. Let's drop by TOA and turn in this quest and talk to Salma. Demonic Flesh. Cooking Gas. I do think Demonic Flesh is pretty decent on, like, assassins, but I'm definitely getting a lot of skill duplicates because I'm not seeing stuff pop up over there. I may have taken somebody /necro into some of this area already, but that's okay. I'm happy to get the skills on this character, so. Price of Failure is a nice one to unlock in particular. I'm going to put it on over Mark of Pain right now. EOE is much more situational. Yeah, I definitely get the sense that I brought another character who is /necro through these parts. But that's okay. I'm getting the skills on this character for free, and that is ultimately what matters to me here. Okay. I'm going to find myself fighting a bunch of friggin' bog scale blighters. Give me this half-eaten blob. Feel my pet too while I'm at it. Man, life is going to be absolutely miserable for Acolyte Sosuke. I'm so used to Sasuke from Naruto that I'm mispronouncing the OU, which is kind of a long O sound. Osuke. I don't know. Japanese has got some interesting quirks. O versus O. I don't know. They sound very similar. It's functionally a long O sound. You get localized in different ways. Sometimes they'll put a little bar above the O to kind of indicate it's a longer sound. I don't know why, but that's just... I'm not in charge of figuring out localizing Japanese, thankfully. I'd like to have at least rudimentary understanding of the language more than I do. Like the ability to form coherent sentences, but there's no random assorted words. Kind of rambling at y'all. But everyone listening in is having a good time, enjoying the smooth tunes of my poor elementalist absolutely losing his entire energy pool because he's designed to be a dual tuner in a spot with chillblains being spammed on him, stripping all of his enchantments. Real bad time for Acolyte Sosuke. Just an absolutely miserable time. He's yeah, struggling. Real struggles. Do I have Mark of Rodgort? Hang on. No, I should probably acquire that skill. Mark of Rodgort with Glowing Gaze would be very helpful for him once I'm in the Crystal Desert. I should not have let Defile Enchantments finish. Would have liked to have ignored the recharge on that. Well, it's not like I'm going to fight enemies again super soon if I can avoid it. Quick Sharp Claw. Keek Sharp Claw? I don't know. It's making me think of Quick. But how are you supposed to pronounce QIK? I ask thee. I need that chest. Is just a regular chest and therefore unlocked and containing a quest item. This level 12 won't know what to hit it. What's going to hit it is Price Failure. And Fireball, looks like. Flare. I'm mostly just auto-attacking to direct the aggro of my pet. I could stand a Soul Reaping. Honestly, a Soul Reaping Mesmer suffix staff would be spicy. A little bit of faster casting would help a ton with the long cast times that you have on a Necro. Okay, make sure I don't forget this because I have to pass through this area to get to where I'm going. I might as well grab this along the way. It'd be downright silly not to grab it. And then we'll finish making our way to Sanctum K. Well, I mean, you could be doing something else entirely. That's up to you. I'm going to finish making my way to Sanctum K. If you feel like, I don't know, who's listening to this while making cookies? Sounds like a worthy endeavor. Cookies are delicious. Unless you mess up somewhere. In which case, maybe they're not. But typically, cookies are delicious. I personally prefer soft cookies. I know there are people who like them hard, but I like soft textures. Brownies are really good. Actually, okay, so if I had to like tier list baked goods, I know a really good cinnamon roll is on like the top, and a bad cinnamon roll is kind of low down. This is a pretty big disparity on cinnamon rolls. Brownies tend to be pretty high. Giant soft pretzels, top tier. I really like those. Those are some top tier baked goods. I'm also just kind of a fan of bread, generally speaking. Kind of a real bread is delicious type of person. This one seems like a good one to cast this on. Oh yeah, that works nicely. My monks are struggling. They don't know what to do. Especially Talcora, who is furiously attempting to keep us from being on fire. Also, someone just leveled up, and I believe it was everybody's favorite Intrepid Elementalist. I'm not going to worry about allocating those right now, because I'm going to be getting to Sanctum K soon, and I'm going to swap them around so he has 20... or 12. The 20 is how much it costs. And my brain was getting numbers jumbled. But anyway, that stuff. Yeah. It'll be good. I don't really necessarily have a specific set of next time plans. Might play more of this character, honestly. Kind of like the idea. It's wild to think that you're expected to do the Crystal Desert without max armor. Just, I don't know. Seems optimistic. I'm going to go with optimistic. Also, this weapon's not doing much damage because it requires 9 death magic, and I don't have that right now. Okay. We made it to Sanctum K. We're not done just yet, but we will be done fairly soon. I do want to take a moment to clear up my inventory. Because it's full of stuff. Full of stuff that's not very valuable. Okay, well, that's definitely, like I said, full of stuff that's not very valuable. This could be a steel ingot. It was a steel ingot. I will absolutely take that. I think I need to be getting a new mouse soon. This current one seems to have a little bit of fiddliness that tends to develop as mice get a little bit older. Or a little bit more used. Some of the buttons are getting a little wonky, shall we say. Hello, Hagen. I would like to sell you everything except for these Royal Scribes papers. Okay. I have some royal papers to hand in to one Watchman Arad. Thank you. Animate bone minions. Not exactly a spell I'm looking to use right now, but... Alright, well that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for me for today. A little bit of a shorter stream, a little bit closer to 2.5 hours. I will leave this character there, but I wanted to sign off in my guild hall because, I don't know, I felt like it. Anyway, I'm probably going to be back in a week. I don't know. I've been liking streaming on Fridays. And the holiday there is a little bit more nebulous anyway. While I'm thinking about it, yoink, yoink. Kind of want to dip her prop pairs for more divine favor, actually. Kind of the opposite with him. There. A lot of awkward, where should these attributes go situation here. Sure, that's fine. Okay. Well, anyway, like I said, I will probably be back in a week. But this is technically the last one of the year, so I thank everyone who's been watching, because it'll be, what, the second next Friday? So yeah, I thank everyone for watching, for hanging out, tuning in. Thank you all the VOD watchers. I appreciate you putting in those, enjoying what I'm doing, I hope. And that's why I hope you're here. It's because you enjoy what I'm doing. So, interesting that the Xingje gloves are like, has a little bit of a gap on the upper arm there. Me catching random details. Okay. Well, I'm going to really wrap up here. So thank you all very much for watching. Please take care. Have a happy new year. And again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.